Hey, good day everybody. Oh my god, my hair looks absolutely terrible. Wow, I didn't realize how terrible I look today, but whatever. Good day everybody, welcome to today's stream. Those of you who have popped in, those of you who will be popping in shortly. My hair is so bad I'm even going to put on a hat. That's how bad my hair is right now. There we go. We'll go old school. Old school hat. How about there? Anywho, welcome. Those of you who are popping in, there will be a couple of people popping in over the next little while. Not that I'm expecting that many people to join, but that's fine. I'm going to be doing a short little impromptu bacon stream because I got some good bacon. And I haven't had good bacon stream in ages. So I know there's a bunch of noise. I'm just going through and getting my new bacon out. I went shopping today. Yesterday rather. I went to Costco. I got bacon. So, yeah, might as well do a bacon stream. Especially because I've been basically AWOL for quite some time. So, I figured I would take advantage of the fact that I've got some time. Let me see if I can set this up in such a way that you can see. Okay, I think that's going to work. It's going to work about as good as we can go. I don't have a cameraman anymore, so I have to try and make do. I apologize if the quality is not as good as it used to be. I do what I can. Hey, Fragler. OMG, indeed, Ace is around. Hello, sir. Welcome. Thank you so much for joining in. As we're flipping back here. This is that. Daw. Hey, Daw. Long time no see, bud. Welcome. So, we have bacon. We have the good bacon. It's been a while since I've had the good bacon. That's why I've got to go ahead and jump on it. Daw with the 68-month resub. Thank you very, very much, sir. Thank you so much for your continued support, as always. My eyes see phantoms. I'm still around. My life has taken a definite direction I was not anticipating. Excuse me. But I am still around. Sort of. Anywho, we'll put that one aside. We only need... See, this bacon comes in 2 packages. It comes as a dual pack. But it is absolutely wonderful. It's thick-cut bacon. I got a puppy? No. No, I did not get a puppy. No, I can't say that I did. Okay, let's go ahead and first thing we're going to do is we cut that package of bacon in half. We're going old school method of doing bacon. Well, I guess old school would be going outside, wouldn't it? Dual package here in Europe. It's 2 by 100 gram. Okay. No, usually you would only get a single package. Now, these are this is extra thick bacon. So actually one package, I'll be honest, one package is about the size of a regular package of bacon. What is it? So 1.8 kilograms. This is the stuff that we've got. 1.8 kilograms. And I think that's for overall. That's both packages. So we're looking at 0.9 kilograms for one package, 0.45 kilograms, which, yeah, it's about a pound. A pound of bacon is what I'm about to cook. Because, yeah, it's half of one of the packages. And the other, we'll get that out. Holy moly. It's not going to fit in that container, and most of my Tupperware containers are used right now. As I went to Costco and I got a whole bunch of different meats and things, so as soon as I do that, the first thing I do when I get home is I go through and sort them all out, get them set, so that I have them already pre-divided. So that when I go to do a stir fry, I just pull out one package and I know it's already set. I know exactly how much is in it. That's the right one. Perfect. Okay. Will that package fit in there? Yes. I have to crush it, but it fits. Haha. Yeah, prime example. These are all full of preset sizes of pork, pork loin rather. So I can pull one out and go for a stir fry right away. I just pull out one Tupperware container that's enough for a stir fry for me, and then I usually have vegetables and everything all sorted out as well. Although I'm actually out of those, I have to go and get some more. But yeah, I have these all preset ahead of time now. Because if I don't end up eating. So this is a way to force me to eat. Tony with the 28-month resub. Thank you very much, Tony. Okay, how is our thing doing? Okay, deep fryer is warming up. We'll be able to start the bacon very, very shortly. I'm sure you're around, but not in here. Yeah, so that's pretty much it, Fragler. I haven't streamed in ages. Yeah. Life went a different way than I was expecting. We'll leave it that way. So I'm adjusting to the way that things are now, and among them, I don't have that much time for streaming, unfortunately. The cap is a legend finally appeared. Yeah, no, the cap comes back every once in a while. It's been here the entire time. Just because I don't wear it every day, it's still here the entire time. What have I been playing lately? Oh, jeez. The last couple of days I've been very antisocial is what I should say. And I've actually been playing Farming Simulator. Just because I've just kind of been turtling and do it. I play Eco every once in a while with the guys at Rocketworks down in New Zealand. That's a fun game, but it's not one that you can really play solo. You have to play with a bunch of people. I'm still playing 7 Days to Die a lot. I really enjoy that game. I really, really enjoy that game. I had a game that I was doing fantastic in, and I have learned now. I have learned 100% that the way that the game loads, I can't do the base the way, or my base, I had a kind of base design. I can't do my base design the way that I used to. It does not work, and what happens is, as the engine loads up where the blocks are, quite often it'll load up the blocks that are in the air, but not the blocks that support. So a whole bunch of literally half of my base collapsed. Even though it was properly supported, it's just because the engine loaded it in the wrong sequence and loaded the blocks out in the air, and those all collapsed. And they had all of my equipment on them and everything, and it all was destroyed. And I not only rage quit 7 Days to Die at that point, I deleted that save. Like, I was that pissed. So I have to change my base design the next time I make it, but that's what happened there. Your PC hasn't been on in 6 weeks. Oh, geez, I couldn't stand that. Try Valheim. I've played Valheim. I've played, a relatively good amount of Valheim. I played with Johnny and the other guys and such, but no, I don't know. I enjoy Valheim to a certain degree, but I'm not enjoying most games for long periods of time lately. At least not ones that generally require you to be around other people. I know it's terrible to say that, but it's very much the truth. EU New World test servers open tonight. Praying for an invite. Yeah, I don't actually have any applications in for New World, unfortunately. So I've never even tried it. I don't play MMOs all that often. So I'm not even really looking at it all that much. What about everyone playing PZ at the moment? Yeah, no, I booted up PZ a couple of days ago. Sorry, I'm trying to figure out how to set the camera in such a way that I can still continue doing what I'm doing. Because it's hard to actually do all this one-handed, so we'll see. No, I booted up Project Zomboid a couple of days ago, and I'll most probably play it off and on. But the big thing with Project Zomboid, it has changed dramatically to the way that I used to play it. So I have to kind of relearn how to do so. Okay, this is not working. But yeah, no, I'll play Project Zomboid. Dude, I'm one of the original OG guys. Damn, with you and Deadly, and have played everything from Tarkov to COD stuff, but lately my tastes are so strange. I am into city economy builders and weird little management games. It's funny, Habu, because that's actually where I originally come from. I usually did strategy and simulation and things like that. That was what I preferred. Long before I ever came to Arma and DayZ, those were the type of games that I played. If you want... No, I don't even know a game that I can suggest, to be honest. I'm certain you've already played them. I got to get more into Warzone, to be honest. I did enjoy quite a bit of Warzone when I've played, but it's so arcadey, and it bothers me. You played it last year. It's really good. Definitely worth checking out. New World is. Oh, okay. Well, I mean, like I said, I don't play new MMOs very often. It's not that I haven't looked at it or haven't seen any information about it. It's just I haven't actively tried to get in on it. How we put it that way. So, I'm... Here, let's switch our camera over so you can see what the hell I'm doing. Here we've got my deep fryer. Set to whatever temperature that is. 375. That is bacon fat. That is all bacon fat. Because I removed all the oil that used to be in there, switched over to bacon fat permanently, and that's what I cook it in. And it's so good. I enjoyed those games. All the online shooters are fun to me, but I just can't. I'm so terrible at them. I end up buying all the cool skins and stuff and just dying and rage quitting. Yeah, see, I don't buy any skins. 100%, that is a hard rule for me. I do not buy any skins. Because it... Sorry, dropped something. Because that is something I believe that you shouldn't be paying money for. And it just sucks people into wasting money on a game. You do, you have terrible self-control. Well, and that's exactly my point. That's exactly my point. People have no self-control when it comes to that, and you're paying for digital equipment that you don't really have. I mean, think of it in terms of, you buy a whole bunch of stuff for COD, and then the next COD comes out. So all the stuff that you have paid real-world money for is useless. Think about how many people bought skins for... oh shit, I don't even remember what it was called. The Battle Royale game before PUBG. The one that Brandon worked on before PUBG. I forget what it's called. Something to kill. I can't remember. Anyways, that one. Yeah. How many people bought skins for that game? H1Z1, thank you. Yeah, so how many people bought skins for H1Z1 and now the servers are gone? Like, you can't even use the stuff that you've paid for. I don't see any purpose in buying online goods. At least not skins. It's one thing, for instance, if... Like, I play War Thunder, and I have played World of Tanks. And I know in both of those instances I have purchased in-game vehicles. And the same thing for World of Warships. I've purchased in-game ships. Not very many. I don't particularly agree with that, but there's a couple that I decided I wanted to get. As long as they were reasonably priced, how we put it that way. But that's actually something that you're physically using, and that makes a difference to the gameplay, how we put it that way. Whereas a skin makes no difference to the gameplay. Unless you're talking about camouflage in a skin, which there's big issues with that. Yeah, tank ships are better, but they still go away when the game dies. Yeah, no, exactly. So you still have to, you still have to consider that you're not actually buying something real. It's gonna disappear. But the same is the case with the game itself. I mean, I have a couple of games. For instance, the movies. I have the game The Movies. The Sims there was an offshoot called The Movies. You can't play that anymore. You literally can't. I still have my disc, but you cannot play it. Excuse me. Because the servers that are needed, you actually had to be able to connect to a server in order to play the game. Those are all shut down, and you can't do it anymore. I would love to go back and play The Movies. I miss that game. I mean, it was a stupid little game, but it was one that I enjoyed playing every once in a while. But you can't do it. So even though I have a physical disc that I purchased, I still can't play the game anymore. And there are a couple of other instances of things like that as well. So, either way, I mean, it's one of those things. I have Ghost in the Shell game, but I cannot play it. The servers are gone. Exactly. You can just hear that cooking. It sounds fantastic. Yeah, you want to know what I've been up to lately? What I've actually been up to lately. I have spent a inordinate amount of my time in the past month. Yeah, probably the last month. I have been organizing my house and cleaning and purging and just, yeah, going through everything. Now, there are specific reasons as to why I've been doing this right now. That was triggered, I'm trying to remember how long ago, I guess it'd be about 2 months ago now. Anyways, so I've been doing this for about 2 months, going through everything. I have to go through and I have to sort out a couple of stuff, get some stuff sent out, and then also going through all the stuff left over that I still have of my wife's. It's been nearly 3 years. In fact, it's 4 months shy of 3 years. No, 3 months shy. 3 months shy of 3 years now. It's in July 6th. It'll be 3 years. But yeah, I've got a tremendous amount of stuff that I've been going through. So here, I'll give you guys a little bit of a tour of the house, so you can see how much it has changed. Those of you who may remember what it looked like before. Yeah, still have the size up there, of course. Some of you may remember what it looked like before. You may not. Regardless, I'll give you a quick tour of what the house looks like while the bacon is cooking, because I can tell by sound whether it's done or not. So, a little bit of a revamp on the desk. Not a tremendous, but mainly cleaning up. And then I've got work stuff sitting out because I'm working at home right now. I've been learning how to clean and sharpen kitchen knives using a whetstone, because most of my kitchen knives need rework. Oh, okay, the bacon is pretty close to being done, so just a second. Anywho, that's actually a case for one of the maiden's kids. Anyways, so things have been revamped in there. That corner's finally clean. Hey, Truckle, 73 months. Truckle, thank you so much for the resub. All this front has been cleaned out. Going through, everything's put away properly. I've got all that kind of stuff. I finally put the TV back in. It hasn't been there in 6 years. All this has been cleaned out a little bit and reorganized. And the main thing is the main hallway. There used to be tons of stuff here and all VHS tapes and all sorts of other stuff. That's all gone, cleaned out, toast gone. That room I still need to work on. That's become my dump room in the interim. But, hang on. You can't see. I turn on my light. Hey, Diavlon. But yeah, all this has been cleaned out, sorted out. I finally have access to that corner again. That whole area has been basically unusable for 2 years. My closet is finally usable. That whole bottom section there was just covered in stuff. You couldn't use it at all. And this is the thing that only just happened this past weekend. I cleaned out the main closet. Sorry, I know I'm going sideways. It's probably throwing you guys off, but I actually went through, cleaned up. I got rid of half of my blankets because the blanket pile used to be twice as high, like duvet covers and all sorts of things. But anyhow, that's what I've been doing. I've been doing major organization, clearing, dumping, getting rid of everything. You think I mean temporary storage? Yeah, pretty much. That's the real term. Temporary storage is the proper term for it. It's a dump room. Let's be honest. It's just been dumping stuff, excess stuff there. But I could hear that our bacon is finished. So let's switch the views. There we go. Might have been cooked 30 seconds too long, but I think it's pretty good. While that cools a little bit, we'll throw in the next sets. Glad to see the 3DFX hat is still hanging in there. Oh yeah, of course it's still hanging in there. It's doing fine. It doesn't get used as often or worn as often. I have a Marvel hat that that my wife got before she passed from Marvel Studios, actually. They sent it up with a bunch of other stuff. I wear that the majority of the time now. There we go. Next batch of bacon is in. Let's see how this goes. So here's the test. That's a pure fat section. It's still got some rubber to it. It's not hard. It's not going to suddenly break apart. But it's not a tremendous amount of strength. So it's going to have a lot of flavor, and it should mostly melt. Yep. So good. Sorry if you hear a whole bunch of crashing and banging in the background. My neighbor's house sold. The new owners have come in, or the new owner rather, and she's literally gutting the place. Like, she's bringing it down to studs. So they're over there doing demolition constantly and all that kind of stuff. So yeah, excuse me. They've got a dump bin out there front, and they're constantly throwing stuff in there. I practically woke up this morning to them chipping out one of their lower windows, so I could feel it going through the ground. Oh God, that's good. So, this is like the fat edge. This section is so perfectly done that it is dissolving as soon as it enters my mouth. It's not hard, it's not crispy, it's dissolving. It's exactly the way that I try and get bacon. It has the consistency of, you know, when you buy toffee, and it's got like two hard sides to it, like really, really dense, hard sections to toffee, and then the center is like you could drool on it and it would dissolve. That's what it's like. That center. That's what I try and get in the way that I do my bacon. It's what I achieve with it, or what I try and achieve. Yeah. Yeah, that section just dissolves away. So good. Sorry. Anyway, that's basically what I've been doing for the past couple of months. Is basically reorganizing my life. As per usual, things do not follow the life expectancy that we plan. So I have been reorganizing my life and trying to decide where to go from here, basically. So how's everybody else doing? Well, now you're definitely hungry. Ah, Truckle, you're always getting hungry whenever you come in to visit my stream. Hey, Lunas. 3FX cap is yours? I don't think so. I think there's a line about 150 people long on this hat when it comes down to it. And none of them are getting it. That fat just ends up being so good. Diavalon, you got addicted to Valheim? I enjoyed Valheim. I played quite a bit of Valheim for a little while. But with the way that my life changed, right around the time that we were all playing Valheim, I kind of secluded before I really got too far into it. I think I killed the first boss myself. I killed the second boss with Johnny and the guys. There we go. That's the best I can do. But I never really got beyond that. I never did get any iron equipment myself. You don't get the Valheim hype? It's a nice game. It really is a very nice game, Master Fodder. So, I mean, I understand why there's a hype about it. But, yeah. So I'm going to see if I can do this. Probably not. So, I've been learning how to sharpen my kitchen knives, because I had a whole bunch of kitchen knives that needed to be sharpened. And I think I've succeeded. Yeah, I'm doing okay, Lunas. I'm doing okay. Mostly like it for the building aspect. Yeah, the building aspect in Valheim is really cool. I will definitely admit to that. It is very, very cool. Hi, Isis. Oh, I gotta check the bacon. As I can hear, I think it's done. It is indeed. In fact, if anything, it might be a little overdone. But that's good too sometimes. Okay. Now we just put it, excuse me, we put in the last of it, because I'm going to go ahead and cook the whole thing. If I don't eat the whole thing, what I will probably do is I'll take the remainder of it, bust it up, and use it as bacon bits in a Caesar salad. It's the advantage of doing it this way. I have that option. So, there we go. Now the new pieces, yeah, they're much harder. Still got some give. If anything, they're almost done better than the first batch. Mm-hmm. The first batch still had some give in the pieces. The second batch doesn't have the give, but it still retains the melting aspect. So it's not like it's rock hard. You're not having to bite through it. It just dissolves, but it's still crispy. And if you've never experienced bacon that way, you really don't know what you're missing. Doing it outside on the barbecue had more style. I agree, Fragler. And I do miss doing that, and I probably will again. Mmm. Doing it on the barbecue was nice. It is definitely more consistent doing it in the deep fryer. So there is that aspect of it, regardless. But no, I'll probably do some more bacon on the barbecue later on in this year at some point. Got to remember, the season's only really just started as such. I could literally go through all these pieces of bacon and just separate off that layer of fat on every single piece and just put it aside. And then I'll cook through eat through rather all of the regular stuff, and then just leave that fat section for the end. Anyone else looking forward to Evil Genius 2? I'm definitely am, Diabolon. I enjoyed the first one quite a bit. I'm not sure if I'll stream it, but I definitely plan on getting the second one. Good stuff. Really good stuff. So was anybody else watching the boom earlier today? SpaceX's boom? I had hoped that it would succeed, but sounds like they had an issue with the engines again. You don't care about SpaceX's PR stunts? I wouldn't say that they're doing PR stunts, to be honest, Master Fodder. They're developing a rocket. Now, in the past, developing a rocket would be all secluded in some far-off area that the public couldn't see. You can't do that with Starship. It's too big, right? And because as a society we're so much more of a trying to find out information, it's not worth trying to hide it. So that's why they just kind of steered into the slide, shall we say. But at this point, they're testing certain aspects of the rocket. But in the same regard, because they're doing it so differently than previous, they can just make new ones consistently, right? Yeah, the one that was destroyed today was SN11, and they've been slowly working their way up the numbers, but The problem is they're so far ahead right now in terms of the production. What's taking longer is flying them. So the next one that's going out to the launch pad isn't going to be SN12. It's actually going to be SN15, and they've skipped all the others. They've scrapped the others because they've made so many different iterative changes between 11 and 15. There's no point in flying 12, 13, and 14, or finishing them off, rather, and then flying them. It'd take too long, and it wastes a whole bunch of time. Instead, they just skip ahead to 15. They'll finish 15 and fly it. And the thing is, the one that's currently being built is 20. Like, even from 15, they've jumped much farther ahead. The one that's actually being built in the tents themselves is 20. But 15 has made enough significant changes that they want to fly it first before they go up to 20. Hey, Cobalt. Good morning, sir. I agree. 3DFX knew how to make great GPUs and great hats. Whilst I agree with your assessment on not being able to hide this as a PR stunt, has been the last, 3 times you don't have to advise your development. I'll learn about it when it's successful. Yeah, no, I agree, Master Fodder. And it's not like they're sending out, come watch SpaceX's new attempt or things like that. They do live stream it, but that's because there's already a whole bunch of people that are live streaming it, so it's sort of like the official one to sort of control the narrative rather than just leaving it for other people to come up with whatever they want. But they don't do big giant press releases every time that they go to do something. If something bad happens, they send out a press release just to say what has happened, but not to try and inform everyone as such, like, come look at us. But I definitely understand where you're coming from. I'm not trying to dissuade you from what you're saying. I'm just stating that I don't hold the same opinion and why I don't hold the same opinion, but I'm not trying to dissuade you from your opinion. We put it that way. I'm taking my own advice right now. I am actually separating out that fat layer on each piece. I'm going to put that aside because I am looking forward to having that as a whole bunch at the end. So good. Hey, Bird Brain. It's been too long. It has been quite a while, bud. It definitely has. Well, I don't have the time to stream that much anymore, to be honest. I mean, I'm back to drafting full time. And although during the pandemic we didn't have that much drafting, now we suddenly have a whole bunch, especially coming into the spring. Everybody wants to jump on their jobs and get them sorted. I have 2 6-story buildings in my computer right now, waiting to keep going through. It would be suspicious if they didn't, to be honest. Yeah, exactly, Master Fodder. So that's why they kind of do that kind of stuff. Technotupe, you miss my Arma 3 Battle Royale streams. I miss Arma 3 Battle Royale terribly. The problem is that it's not just that I miss Arma 3 Battle Royale. I can always boot up Arma and go back in and play some on the weekends. I miss Arma 3 pre-Apex. So before they came out with some of the iterative changes that they did, at one point they completely altered the way that the game hides you to the point that you were no longer safe. I use safe in a relative term. Before you could lie down behind a wall and people couldn't see you and they couldn't hit you. After that change, what happened was you could lie down behind a wall, but your character's hitbox stayed above the wall, which defeats the purpose. So you could still be shot, even though you were lying down behind one of those little stone walls. And as soon as people learned that, it didn't matter. You couldn't do that. You couldn't lie down. You just get shot to pieces, even though you should have been completely safe. And it was a huge failure, and it was pointed out very, very quickly to them. And they stated outright they weren't going to change it. Which I couldn't believe when that was the statement that they came out with. I said, yeah, no, we're not going to be changing that. I was dumbfounded that that was their decision. That they decided it was such an important aspect of, or such a integral aspect of the game that they couldn't make that change. And it just, that was it for me. Like I lost all interest in Arma right around that time. I hope the tanks they added that just kill you from 3 kilometers away. Yeah, so MLG, there's all sorts of things like that. Like the power creep on weapons in Arma has always been a huge, huge problem. Every time they come out with a new DLC, the new weapons that they tend to come out with generally are 20 to 30% more powerful than the ones before. It's just not every time, but generally it is. So that means you have to make sure that you get the newest DLC. You have to make sure that you're using the newest weapons, or else you're already at such a disadvantage that it's just not worth it. It's the same thing when you go back and play Koth. If you don't have a leveled up character, you are consistently fighting against the 9.5 Cyrus and the the LMG, the 9.2 LMGs, the Nagatos or whatever it is. I can't remember what it N something. That's all you're fighting against, because everybody knows those are the most powerful weapons. That's all you have to do. The Navid, there you go, and the SPMG, exactly. That's all you're fighting against. And it's just stupid. And it's because of power creep is the reason that happens. Hey, Austin. So, yeah, no, I miss Arma 3. I miss Arma 3 Battle Royale, but I miss it pre-Apex DLC. Give the man a beer and a potato gun. It's good to see you too, Austin. Definitely is. But yeah. More bacon. Okay, now, the last batch I left in too long. That's this stuff here. It was about a minute too long. And it is hard. So yeah, this is like first batch, second batch, third batch. The third batch is overdone for sure. It'll still be good, but it's overdone. Second batch is like right in that perfect sweet zone. We tried it earlier, where it's crispy, but this section literally dissolves in your mouth like toffee. And yeah, I love crispy bacon, so it's definitely down for me. Now you have a craving? Sorry. Now I'm going to have to find something to eat. Sorry. See, this is the problem with my food streams. Apparently it causes people to need to go and get food. And I haven't done any stir fry streams or cooking streams because I don't have a cameraman. I used to have the Maiden of Coffee would be my cameraman, or Amy would come over and be my cameraman. I don't have a cameraman anymore, so I don't have those options to work with. Makes it much more difficult to do cooking streams. Sorry, not sorry, I have bacon. Yeah, pretty much. Sorry, not sorry. My bacon. Anywho, you wanted a tour of my house? I already gave a tour of my house, but I guess I can give you another one if you want. I'll do a quick switch around here, and the cats are always... There's Isa sitting over on top in the glare of the sun, of course. This is basically what I've been doing for the past 2 months, is just cleaning and organizing and going through. He always leaves his toys out. I finally got, like I said earlier, I finally put my TV up. That TV hasn't been there in 5-6 years. It's just been an open area. I kept some DVDs and VHSs, but I got rid of a ton, an absolute ton of DVDs and VHS. There was no reason for me to keep having them. This hallway now, I don't even know what to do with this side of the hallway. It used to be, you can still see the marks in the carpet where the old stand was that had been there for ages. Practically since I bought the house. And there we go. Hotep just goes through the screen. So yeah, I don't even know what to do with this side of the hallway anymore. And I'm still going through, at least, this bookshelf still needs to be go through. That one I've actually done. You're just determined to be in the shot today, aren't you? Yeah, that's a mirror, but I never use mirrors, to be honest. And that's my current junk room. As I continually go through and find stuff that needs to be put aside, it goes in there. It's also where all my swords are. Or, well, half of my swords. And then me bedroom. I'm going to take you into my bedroom. Oh, yeah. Look, the pair of them come rushing in. They're terrible. Absolutely terrible. And yeah, this is the only thing left in my room I need to organize. On top of my dresser and the stuff inside my dresser. Stream Kitty want a shot. Yeah, pretty much. A tie on the doorknob? No, it's not a tie. It's just a ribbon. The cat plays with it. My closet that's actually clean. That was actually this past weekend's task. I went through this closet. Because you couldn't get more than a little section you could walk into. Hotep is now wondering what the hell is why there is so much space in here. But yeah. Little spring cleaning. More than a little. I have taken, no exaggeration, I've taken about 12 blue recycling garbage, like the big recycling bags, the blue ones. I've taken 12 of those full down to Value Village. And probably half a dozen large boxes as well of stuff. Like, my closet is actually usable. That used to be chocker blocked. Right up underneath my pants and my shirts, used to be boxes and everything lined up in there. I couldn't even come into this corner previous because there was stuff just filled up in this corner. Love getting rid of stuff. Makes me feel like I'm much lighter for some reason. Yeah, so that's definitely kind of where I'm at it for me as well. With all the stuff that I've gotten rid of, I definitely feel lighter in terms of what's in my house. Yeah, out of necessity, that's what happened. Good for health. Well, it's good for the mental health at least. Let's just say that life changed dramatically that I wasn't expecting. So this has kind of given me something to focus on while I'm reevaluating what I'm doing. Yeah, pretty much. Bacon. Cat staring at me like, there's no water in my water dish. Why is there no water in my water dish? Human, servant, why is there no water in my water dish? You still get the never-ending bangs and crashes from next door while they're throwing stuff in the garbage bin. Salt plus protein plus fat equals, oh my god, yummy. Yeah, pretty much. Pee on, there's no water in my water dish. And of course, one of my cats is a dainty little bitch because she dips her paws into the water and then licks her paw clean. And that's how she drinks water. Just dip, dip. Can't actually drink it straight. The problem with this is that right after she's finished having a drink, she comes over to visit you, and her paws are soaked. And she always does it when you're not paying attention. So suddenly, wet cat. Don't suppose a hamster watering tube works for cats. The problem with that, bird brain, a hamster's watering tube actually damages their teeth. For a hamster, it's not a big issue because a hamster's teeth constantly grow. Right? They're just like they're rats and beavers and things like that. Their teeth are constantly growing. So if they're damaging their teeth on something like that, it just wears them down a little bit and actually helps them. Cats' teeth, on the other hand, don't do that. They don't grow consistently. So if you were to go ahead and try and do that type of thing, you'd be damaging their teeth to the point until they actually just were destroyed. Aha! Yes. Sorry, I'm being weird. I know, I'm good at it. I have years of experience. So anyways, I just wanted to do a short stream today while I was cooking bacon. I figured I'd pop in and say hi, say how everyone's doing. I'm going to continue breaking off the fat sections on this bacon because it's ridiculously good. I sometimes pet sit a cat that loves playing in the bathtub, only when there's a bit of water in it. Then this leads me to getting soaking wet pussy on my lap tub. Yeah, pretty much, Diablon. My cats actually do the same. If you leave water in the tub, they will go in and go and play with it. Like just a little bit of water, just down near the drain. They will go in and play. I think that's relatively common, to be honest. Because I know my previous cat was sort of the same way as well. So, a picture of a cat with dental braces just popped into my mind. That sounds like a great new grift, Birdbrain. Feline orthodontal. Talking about 1 inch of water? Oh, okay. No, I'm just talking about like a pool down near the bottom of the tub. Down near one end. They'll play with it. But yeah, weird cats. But I guess that's pretty much par for the course for cats in most instances, so. Anyways, that's what I've been up to. That's basically what I've been doing here. I can even show you around in my kitchen because I've cleaned through my kitchen as well. So that'll be put away in a minute afterwards. It goes down in there. So I've actually been able to use my countertops. That goes over into that space. That's where it sits. This has been relatively cleared out, although I still have way too much liquor. Most of it isn't even stuff that I drink. It's just left over now. It got left behind, so I don't know. Alt, still that damn old 3DFX cat. Yeah, hey, I only just put this back on, Alt. I haven't worn this in months. I just figured I'd put it on today for the stream. And yeah, I got this organized, so I actually have stuff organized in there. I don't have a ton of stuff down there anymore. It's relatively clean now. Get a party going to get rid of the liquor. Kind of hard to do a party considering you're not allowed to have more than 5 people. Monstros, any Tarkov? No, I haven't played Tarkov in a long time. The only time I enjoy Tarkov is right after a wipe for about a week or two. And then I can't stand Tarkov anymore. The whole aspect of Tarkov just you want to have the absolute best possible equipment. I just can't stand it. We can have one here per day. Oh no, we can only have get-togethers of 5 maximum. And I'm technically in a red zone, so it's not even. It can't even be a rotating fifth person. No, it's got to be just the same 5 people. That's it. Any DayZ? I played DayZ. I want to say a week or so ago. I was on DayZ for a little bit. Mostly I play on Smoke server, but yeah, it's not something I play all that often. Any up-and-coming FPS games this year? Not that I know of, to be honest. I'm really out of the loop when it comes to FPS games. Honestly, I'm not an FPS player. And it's kind of funny for me to say that, considering that is what I'm known for now. But for the majority of my life, I was a strategy and simulation player. And like literally, like I have thousands of hours of Arma and DayZ and Counter-Strike now, but I had thousands of hours of Operation Europe, Pacific Theater Online, SimCity, Civilization. That is what I played so much of. Like that is what I put all of my time in long before, and I'm sort of reverting a bit more towards that direction in recent years. Should should I play some more Loop Hero? I actually haven't looked at Loop Hero at all. I haven't even looked at it. I'm really enjoying 7 Days to Die. Still, 100% still incredibly enjoying 7 Days to Die. Even though I feel very confident in how I play it. Now, that's probably part of the reason why I enjoy it so much. But I play it solo. I've been playing Don't Starve. A friend of mine down in Cambridge, I've been playing some Don't Starve together with them. I think I'll probably be playing The Forest in the near future, because I know she wants me to go and join her for some Forest. I've been playing Project Zomboid, definitely been playing it. Hey, Sociopath, how's it going, man? I've been playing some Project Zomboid. God, it's fucking hard now. I'm getting used to it again. I've been looking into some DOSBox classic games like Master of Orion 2. Bird Brain, you don't even need to go to DOSBox. Anyone who wants to know, I tweeted this out for people to know. You may or may not have seen it. GOG.com has their spring sale on right now. They have all of those games. Like all of the games from like 80s and 90s. They have them all on there. For like $1 or $2 a piece. And they've all been updated to work on modern operating systems. Okay? They're literally, so you don't have to get DOSBox or any of that kind of stuff. That's already all done for you. And GOG is the nice thing about GOG specifically is that unlike Steam you have to be logged into in order to play your games, right? So you can only have it installed and play on one game or one computer at a time, rather. GOG doesn't do that. GOG thinks of it as though you have bought the CD. So therefore you can download it and play it on as many computers as you want. What they don't want you to do is to resell it. Right? So, no, I know, Walt. You can kind of get around it, but there are some restrictions. You can use family, yes, for Steam. I realize that. But there are some restrictions on that. Even when you use family mode, there are some restrictions. GOG doesn't have that. They just don't want you to resell it. But, I mean, on my account, on my GOG account, my friend down in Cambridge, I gave them access to my account. He can download any game off of my account that he wants and play it whenever the hell he wants. Have I checked out Ground Branch? No, I haven't heard of it. I'll have to check that one out. Ground Branch. Okay. No, in general, I haven't really been looking at shooters at all. I want to play some more Warzone, but don't have the time to put in to really regain the skills that I once had. Think Rainbow Six Raven Shield. Okay. Bacon. Alt, it is hilarious when I go to install some of the games that I remember as a kid. And I install out of GOG now. And it's like, start install. Thank you, you're done. Like, fuck, I used to be able to walk away and go to the bathroom while I was doing it. I used to be able to go and eat dinner while that was finishing. So yeah, I definitely recommend GOG.com. They have new games on there as well, but they were originally specifically for older games. You turned 54 2 weeks ago. First gen gamer. Well, happy belated birthday, Alt. I turned 41 this summer. It's kind of hard to believe. I don't feel 41, that's for sure. Now, to be fair, I don't feel 41 now. 2 years ago, I felt way over 40. Like, way over. I was only 38, and I felt like I was much older. I'm 41. Yeah, no, I turned 41 in August. I'm 40 right now, but I turned 41 this August. I know, I don't look it, and I understand that. Hell, you should see my dad. My dad turned 75 a couple of weeks ago. And looking at him, you would not guess he's over 50. You just wouldn't. I look like I'm 25? Wow, someone's really going for modhood. Thank you, Alt. Oh. Anywho. At some point, I do have to get back to actually drafting my quote-unquote work. I thought my computer had shut down there for a minute. I'm like, what the hell? I didn't do it. I don't look a day over 40. Oh, thank you. Really? Really? You're going to take advantage of this time to come over and... Apparently I have to have a partner. Yeah, and always in the way of the mouse. Right between me and the mouse. You're 41 too, it sucks. Old school drafting on paper or just digital stuff now? Both, actually, Birdbrain. Excuse me. This camera is for me. This stream is for me. I'm sorry. I got your ear. You have to pay attention to me if I'm in the way. Yeah, that's exactly the case. That's exactly what is on her mind right now. Excuse me. Yeah, pretty much, Birdbrain. Okay, y'all. Have a good time, bud. Thank you so much for tuning in, and we'll catch you later. So yeah, I'm working on drafting right now. Here, let's see if we can get a good view with light, preferably without the cat. So this is a column. one of the columns that I am working on. But yeah, so they're done on AutoCAD, and then I print them off and check them. This is actually one of my dad's drawings. It's a different job. It's not the job I want to work on. This is the one I'm working on. Da-da-da. But yeah. So I got all sorts. And I go through and I'm just checking to see if I made a mistake on anything and altering it back out. Cat. If I was actually streaming through my computer, I could actually pull it up and show you some of the stuff that I'm working on. There we go. Here's something with a little bit more modification to it. AutoCAD is on the job, yeah, pretty much. So yeah, I have to do this so that it sets out and gets sent to the shop so the shop can make it. Anywho, I want to thank you all very much for tuning in for this impromptu bacon stream and just a relaxed stream here while I've had it. And thank you so much. And I know it wasn't as long as I would prefer, but you know, I need to try and get streaming again. Now I've said that a couple of times, and I gotta be completely honest. My life is a little busier than it ever was, and it is difficult to be on stream for many reasons. Not the least of which is emotionally, I'm having a bit of a rough time recently, and it's a little harder to be on camera for, you know, even just a couple of people. Yeah, so streaming is a little more difficult than I would like to say that it is. But I do hope to get some more stream. I do hope to get back into, or at least get some game streams up again. And we'll just have to see how it goes. Either way, thank you all once again for tuning in to today's stream. I'll try and figure out some way to do a bit more cooking streams in the near future. But regardless, I hope you enjoyed yourself. Thank you so much for tuning in. Have yourself an absolutely fantastic Tuesday. Is it Tuesday today? It's Tuesday. Holy crap. It's Tuesday. Have yourself a wonderful Tuesday. Thank you so much, and we'll catch you again soon. Bye now.